Alright, I'm gonna ride the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway. Again, I know I do this a lot, but it's a lot of fun. Hey, we rode the caboose last year. That was definitely the ride of my life. And I love these open air cars, but it's a little rainy and cold today. Maybe not the right day to be riding them. These new Crown Class cars, they're pretty cool. We got those from the Iowa Pacific bankruptcy. Do that another day, though. I've ridden in these red cars before. Maybe not these two. These two look like they were formerly doodlebugs. So I have to learn the history behind them. That's probably a good story. There's my dome car. I was gonna ride that today, but it's raining. And that's gonna get rain all over those windows. So what am I gonna do? So I've got a better idea. How's about we go all the way to the front of the train today? That's right, guys. We're going to be riding in the cab of the diesel. This is a bucket list item for me. Second one of the day. The other one was to see a steam engine pulling a freight train, and I certainly had fun doing that with 2102. And now I am going to get myself my first ride in a diesel locomotive. This is Reading and Northern's GP-38-2, number 2013. to get out to the one in Phillipsburg.
They're not running theirs right now. That's
Oh, they're not?
Down for its 15-year rebuild.
Oh.
I think they're supposed to have that back sooner or later. I know I saw pictures. They were just working on it recently.
Okay. Because isn't that coming up for 425 at the end of the year? I think they're coming up on that rebuild too.
Oh yeah, ours is 425 is going to be end of this year. It'll be down for its 15-year rebuild. They call it.
How long does something like that take?
Probably with our guys, because they strictly work on steam and all that. I think probably it'll take 6 months to a year.
Oh, wow.
So you tear the whole thing apart, you take all the jacketing off the boiler, you pull all the tubes and stuff out, tubes and flues out of the boiler, and UT the firebox, everything. You see the thickness of the whole thing, and then you put it all back together.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's that new bridge we just built over here. That just got done last year, actually. It's totally new. Never was ever here before.
Yeah, they got a lot of good upgrades done in time for 2102 then.
Yeah, then a lot of this is nice because you don't have to use the turntable in the gym floor to spin the engine. You can just do it here. It goes a lot quicker.
Yeah. Boy, nobody up here today.
It was jammed about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I had thought about trying to get some video of it at the Y and just said, nah, it's going to be crazy. I'll
Yeah,
probably.
I had the perfect spot. We backed across the bridge, and there they came. I got to watch them go across the bridge.
Oh,
Right, all the
nice.
rail fans were going nuts.
That would
I thought it looked cool.
that would have been the one to be on the ride filming then.
Yeah, it was like perfect timing.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember one ride last year. I was riding behind 425 in one of the open air cars, and excuse me, they had the bud cars at the junction waiting to get through.
Yeah.
So that was really neat. And then I got to ride those in October, and that was a bucket list item because those are what used to come into the station in the town that I grew up in.
Okay.
So, you know, I spent my whole childhood watching them. They would take commuters from Belmead up to Somerville, and then they would get probably, I guess, on the New Jersey Transit train to New York City.
Yeah.
And silly young kid me thought that these people were having some grand adventure every day. You know, little did I know that yeah, they were probably complaining about getting on that train.
Yeah. I were like, man, I hate going over there.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I used to dream of doing that, and now you couldn't pay me enough to go work there.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, no way. I hate this city. out a video Monday. I'm a nerd. Monday was April 25th, 425. I put together a compilation video of all my footage from my rides the last couple of years. Came out pretty good, I think. I think between all the rides I captured most of the run, and what I did, I mixed in, you know, the footage from being in the open air car with the rail fanning footage from the bike trail. Like I caught it at the turnaround point, I caught it at Oxbow Bend, I caught it at the Rock Cut.
Okay, nice.
So I kind of spliced it together so that when you see it going through there, you kind of alternate views.
Usually if we get in on time and we
up to on
Yeah,
Sunday.
so
Yeah.
NS, they split off. They go up towards Hazleton.
Okay.
And Fire Railroad, they have a junction with Fire Railroad, and Fire Railroad continues up to Vincent.
Okay.
But that's Sperry Truck by flipping around up there because they don't. There's that Hazleton track is not used much. Now this isn't even used much. But
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like I've never. The NS track does run down into Northampton, and you do get. I'll hear the train from the house at night. I can't see it, but it usually runs late at night. But I don't even know if it's coming from here. It might just be coming from Palmerton.
do you live in Northampton?
Yeah, I do.
I used to live in Cherryville.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice area up there. I like.
My parents, I still live at home, but my
Okay.
parents moved to the Hazleton area, and I miss it every day. I love
Oh
that area.
yeah, that is nice up there. Yeah, I've been up there about 15 years now.
Okay.
I like.
I miss the area. I miss being close to Lehigh Valley too. There's always lots to do.
Well, that's where I've got the best of both worlds because I can get down into the valley. I can get up here. It's, you know, none of it is literally around the corner, but none of it's that far away either.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of places. It's you're farther away, but man, you live in that area. And you're close as in if you want to get ready, you go out for dinner in 20 minutes. You can be there in 20 minutes. You know, it's not bad.
Yeah, it works for me. was his only way to convince my mom to let him dabble in a second scale. Oh yeah, it's for the kids.
Yeah, it's good for the kids, honey. It's fine. Don't worry about
It's
it.
for them, not for me. And then when my sister got a little older, he built one for her too. And I mean, we're both still into trains. Neither of us have. You know, my mom's like, "Yeah, they'll outgrow that." No, not happening.
Yeah.
But I don't have my old layout. But you know, during the pandemic, with everybody being stuck home, I said I think I want to get back into this. And you know, I thought about the different scales and do I want to make a change? And I didn't have my layout, but I had all my old trains. And I said, N scale's where my heart is. It's just that was my childhood. I can't imagine not having it. So
Yeah, I went from when I was, you know, a little infant, you know, my dad had his stuff, and now I probably have like $60,000 or $70,000 worth of those
Oh, wow.
stuff. Yeah, I have a lot
Yeah.
of trains.
well, I've seen the price tag on the O scale stuff. Ooh.
That's the problem, you know. I love the scale
Yeah.
and all that, but man, oh man, it just has gone.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I have a good job and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's great.
thankful for that part of it.
Yeah, hey, if you can do it, do it. They'll probably go up in value too. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't. The thing that any type of trains is too, though, they don't lose their value.
Yeah, they really don't.
They hold it or they increase.
They go
it,
up.
so
And it's
no one can ever
something.
tell you how trains are perform well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind buying them. Most I've spent, and this will probably make you switch to N scale. The most I've ever spent on a train was $280 for 425,
Yeah.
and I thought that was an
I
indulgence.
walked out of train stores like $280 and had like 2 cars.
Yeah.
Wholesale
Exactly. Usually I can buy 2 engines and a bunch of cars for that,
cars. Yeah.
but 425 was worth it.
I
And
have the post-scale model.
Okay.
And the 2102.
I'll be looking for a 2102 next.
Broadway Limited's doing N-scale 2102.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
they just announced that.
That's my 425 is
Yeah.
Broadway Limited.
They just announced Broadway Limited that they're doing N-scale team.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. This is the fun part here.
So we're not running around today.
Oh, you're not?
We're gonna shove back.
Oh, okay.
That tank car is that.
Oh, yeah.
Other end. So
yeah,
we
you can't do that.
We haven't ran
Gotcha.
around all day, so.
That's true. Yeah, you did shove
Yeah.
back in. Now that I think about it, I was so focused on where's 2102. I kind of wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I'm sure you weren't the only one.
Nah,
There was- okay, here we go back to their 15.
I assume we'll need to stop at River to normal that switch.
Yeah, I'll just pull them.
came up with their own like livery, like the blue and white and gray ones, which they're really good looking planes. So they'll bring them in. And the FedEx, it's funny, like when I still had my day job, I always knew it was bedtime without looking at the clock. That's when the night ones would go out. Yeah, the 2 FedEx flights would leave for the night, and I'd be like, all right, time to start winding down. Now I don't notice them as much because I work for myself now, so I'm a night owl, so I don't have to go to bed before midnight if I don't want to. Today was absolute murder, getting up at 5:30. I'm dragging myself out of bed. I'm like, you're going to be so glad you did this.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because my regular run is out of Hazleton to Reading at 8:30 at night.
Oh.
So this is like totally like opposite for me. That I'm working it this week.
Yeah.
I'm off on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's just like totally like opposite for me. I usually am not a morning person. I'm like waking up and my girlfriend's like, she'll like wake up. She's a morning person. I'll just be like,
I hate morning people.
Yeah, I am not a morning person.
Those people who wake up with that energy and vigor, I'm like, give me a few hours and a couple cups of coffee and I'll be there. But yeah, no, I'm the one where I'll get a brilliant idea at midnight and then I can't sleep because I got to do it right now. And
well, it's funny because my parents.
You're clear for another 25, flight 13.
My parents will. I'll go out at night sometimes, like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm going to Sheets to get food or something. I'm hungry, and that's my time to eat.
Yep.
At first it was weird. Now they're just so used to it. It's like, oh, he's going to do whatever, just because that's my time.
yeah.
And it's weird. My body even this week starting to get back onto this now. It's finally hungry at like normal time. Like, usually most of the time, like if I would even stay up, I'm not hungry all day. And then at night, I'm like, okay.
Oh, me too. Yeah. That's actually, you just didn't even think about food until you said it. Now I realize how hungry I am. I had breakfast in Hamburg at 8 o'clock right before going to catch 2102.
Okay.
And I haven't eaten anything since. Days when you're out doing stuff, when I'm out doing things, I tend not to even think about food or want
that's
food.
how I am too. I don't really like think about it. But when I'm sitting here at work, that's the problem.
That's
I
all
just sit
you
here and
think
I'm
about.
like, I'm hungry. I'll eat.
I work on my computer and I work for myself and I move my
Clear for
office.
another 25, flight 15.
25.
I moved my office to what was the dining room last year because I was tired of being in a closet-sized room.
Oh God.
And so I moved to the bigger room, but now I'm next to the kitchen all day.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous for me. I'd be always in the kitchen.
I am.
Yeah, I'd be. Oh yeah.
It's got its pros and cons.
Yeah.
I wanted to repurpose the other room, the closet-sized room. I got into 3D printing.
Oh, cool.
And I got cats, and so cats and N-scale trains and 3D printers are not compatible. So I put a door on the little room, and that's my refuge from them. But now all day I'm working, and then they sit on the desk.
We should be okay. They can grab some.
Every time you go to the kitchen, they're like, "We're getting something too, right?"
Excuse me, serving for two now, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's biologically I'm a night owl, and it's just better that the days that I work, a lot of times I'll work 4 to midnight. And go, "Are you still working 4 to midnight?" I'm like, "Well, I do other things during the day, and I'd rather."
Yeah. People are always like, "Oh, I don't know how you do it."
Northern Protector, mileposts 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Road set. Protector out.
They were pulling the excursion trains with that, the bike train. I forget the number on that one. I have a photo somewhere. Yeah, I did that. I was a lot more fit back then, and I had actually, that was my motivation to get fit, was so that I could do that ride. And I went with a friend and his sister. They've actually since moved out of the area, so they're glad they did that while they could. I'd like to do it again. I'm actually hoping maybe do it later this year in the fall with the e-bike. I gotta get a little more fit.
You don't have to ride a bike. You can ride the whole ride.
Let's go around here.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, it's only $25. You can ride
Okay.
I believe you can buy a cab ride for that too.
Oh, wow.
The scenery up. This is nice, but when you get north of M&H Junction, up around the curve, we usually turn around. That
Yeah.
there, it's
Yeah.
really pretty. I mean, that's the nicest part.
Yeah.
You're
And
right
that's
next. The trail is on the other side, so you're like right next to the river the whole trip.
Yeah.
You're on that side too.
Yeah, I know there's at least one tunnel up that way. I forget if there's more than
Rockport Tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, there is. It's a curved tunnel. It's pretty neat.
Okay. I remember when we were doing the ride up there on the train, I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. That was cool.
Yeah.
You can't really see it coming back. I actually did bike up to Rockport last summer. I started down in the parking lot that we go through here before the big bridge.
Okay.
And I biked up to Rockport. This is on the e-bike. Got back. Thought by the time I got to my truck I was going to collapse.
Oh, jeez.
But the last mile before getting back to my truck, I was like, oh, I just got my second wind, and now I want ice cream. So I rode into town, and the F units happened to be coming in.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh my god, like, here I almost gave up and went home, and that was the first time I got to see them.
Yeah.
So that was really kind of cool. And then, I had my ice cream and bike back to the truck, and I'm like, all right, what else am I doing today? I was completely energized from it. I rode Sunday. I only did 13 miles Sunday, and I was exhausted even on the e-bike. The e-bike I still pedal. I just use the assist.
Clear for another 25, 2013.
But I want to get more fit again because it's too much of my life at a desk.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is sitting here.
Yeah.
I do this full time. This is my living. So I sit in a seat.
Yep.
12 hours a day a lot of times.
That's a long day.
Yeah.
I dare say you're probably having a little more fun than me at my desk.
Sometimes it's stressful.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's aggravating and stressful, but sometimes it can be fun.
I think anything you do for a living, just
I hate when people say, oh, if you
my whole life it had been, oh, you're going to be able to work from home, or you'll be able to start your own business, and it always seemed like that was the future, the future, the future, and then all of a sudden, March 2020, the future became now, and everybody was, oh, this will never work, we can't do this, and all of a sudden, within a matter of days, everybody was doing it, and big surprise, it worked.
Clear for 20 through the road cut.
I said to my mom and dad, I go, wow, thank God this didn't happen when I was in school, because I keep going bonkers not having snow days.
Yeah, I don't think kids are ever going to have a snow day again, because
I was not a school person. I did not like school, so a snow day to me was like, thank God, you know, I get a day off.
yeah, I think that's something that parents, you know, if you ever have kids, you'll be telling kids about those mythical
Yeah, that
snow
would be like,
days.
hey, Dad used to be able to sit at home and do nothing all day.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, no, they make us log on when they do work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see. So, hell, even a lot of people that try to call out sick, I assume that if you have a computer, they probably tell you, oh, you can just work from home today.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Not with this, thank God. I still have to take my days off if I get sick.
Well, I at least didn't have to, for today, call my boss and say, oh yeah, I'm so sick. Don't watch my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll check up on you and be like, yeah, you weren't sick. And I'll say, well, when I asked for this day off, you said no. So I took it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it was great. I mean, I worked my butt off yesterday. I even got up early yesterday to do extra work, knowing that I was taking today, but I love having the freedom that I can do that now. I don't have to ask permission. I don't have to ask forgiveness.
That's fine. You know, I doubt I'll ever have that opportunity. That's why extremely, extremely nice.
It really is. I hope I never take it for granted, because I'm still new at it, where it's like, ooh, novel and exciting, and I hope I never take that for granted, because
that is. I don't think I would understand how nice it is until I'd actually be able to do it. Right?
yeah.
Just be like, oh, I'm going to take this week off.
Yep.
And there's no, oh, well, I can do whatever I can take whatever week I want off, you know.
It
Like
was-
here, it's like the week between Christmas and New Year's. That's like a high seniority guys take that
Oh,
off.
yeah.
No, not anybody can get that.
Yep. Yeah, you're not there yet. I had that 2 jobs ago where I could almost never get even a week off,
Right.
because it was a bigger department and everybody had the seniority, and every time I put in for a week, oh, so-and-so's got that,
Yeah.
and tough luck. Yeah, I actually did get a nice break around, first time ever I got a nice break around the holidays, because the kind of work I do, everybody I'm working for kind of shuts down for a couple weeks, and that's actually when I got my 3D printing room built and set up, and I knew I had a window of opportunity to do that, and
right at river to lay out these two I-rails. And I also need permission on the leg from Jim Thorpe Junction down to Nescahoning Junction in yard limit, just down to the junction. Alright, where do you need to foul that again? Fouling at the river switch, right by the new signal on the connecting track coming out of Jim Thorpe. Alright, Randall, I'm going to show you the foul of the river switch. Start with, there's the foul there at 1602. Alright, okay, the foul at 1602 at the river switch. Roger, and what sort of track did you need there between Jim Thorpe Junction and Nescahoning Junction? Yeah, I got the PT4 and the HRB24. We need a high rail down in Nescahoning Junction to drop off the other I rails.